Yep, hi Greg, how you doing?
Hiya, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you all feeling about this weekend? Obviously, it is St Mirren, but Scottish Cup.
Yeah, another competition. We don't change how we prepare. We prepare every day the same, and we're hoping to win on the day.
Obviously, you didn't have the Scottish Cup last season. Does that give you that extra added incentive after getting knocked out last season?
No, I wouldn't say it's an added incentive. Every competition that we enter, we aim to give our best and compete right to the end. The Scottish Cup's no different, but I wouldn't say it's an added incentive because we're not driven by negatives or defeats or these things. We're driven by trying to make ourselves better every day.
Obviously, the manager brought in four new faces in the January window there. How do you think that's helped the squad and added to the competition for places and stuff like that?
Yeah, as you say, it's hopefully going to push us on. They're all eager to contribute to what was already been a successful start to the season, and I'm sure that they'll do that as the season goes on.
And obviously, St Mirren are the only team to beat Celtic this season. Is that played a part in the preparation for the game on Saturday at all?
No, I wouldn't say so. As I touched on previously, we prepare the same every game. We focus on ourselves, trying to get better every game, and tomorrow's another opportunity to do that. So we know we need to win on the day. In cup competitions, you only get the one chance, so we know we have to be right at it.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the departure of Giacomakis, of course. I'm sure he was a big personality, a big presence around the group, but how's it been seeing him leave? And I'm sure you all wish him well.
Yeah, Jacko was a big part of the success we had last season and contributed this season. So yeah, he'll be missed. He was a great character around the building, and we wish him well in his next challenge.
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask as well, just from a bit of a wider football perspective, Greg, what your kind of thoughts were on another Super League debacle. I know fans and players and everyone like to talk about these sort of things, but it was another surprise to see it come back up in conversation, I'm sure. What do you guys make of it as players? Do you focus on that? Can you focus on that?
I'll be honest, I didn't even know that was a thing until you just mentioned it there. So this is groundbreaking news to me. If there's going to be a second Super League, I don't know. I genuinely didn't know it was a thing, so I can't really comment.
Like you mentioned, obviously there's a wee bit of a different side to it with it. Teams get one chance in a cup tie. Do you find there's a difference maybe from the opposition when they're kind of approaching that? Does that maybe free the shackles off them a wee bit when they find again in cup competitions? Do you find?
Yeah, I would probably say so. In league, it's over an extended period, so there's teams can maybe make up ground later on. But as you touched on, you only get the one chance in cup competition, so maybe players free up a wee bit. So yeah, we need to be ready for that. I'm sure someone are having a great season themselves, so they'll be right at it tomorrow as well.
I think you were injured when you played them in the league recently, but 4-0 seems a bit of a doing, but it didn't really seem like they played decent stuff on the night. So man, I think Celtic were just very good that night. Is they are kind of one of the tougher teams to play against you find this season?
I think every game brings its own challenges. You even look at the last round of the cup, we played Morton, and up until the penalty, Morton had started the game really well. So I think every game brings its own challenges, and St Mirren, as you touched on, have been a difficult opponent this season as they're having a good season.
Hi, Greg. I know you said you hadn't heard anything about the European Super League, so I don't know if you've been paying attention to much of the media this week. The manager has been linked with the job at Leeds. I'm not expecting you to comment on that, but just wondering, you as a group of players, when you hear or see the manager or any players linked with moves down south or abroad, do you think it's a good thing for the club? Is it a sign that the club are doing well and having a successful period?
To be honest, I don't take much notice of it. As players, we just focus purely on, as I touched on, improving, training, our job within the building. We're at a massive club as it is, so I think, of course, links, etc. only come when the team's performing well and staff are performing well, but no, we just focus on ourselves within the building.
Yeah, you're just saying you focus on yourselves in the building. I take it goes without saying you as players love having the manager here and you would like to see him stay as long as possible. Is he building something special at Celtic? Is that the feeling that you as players get?
Yeah, like I've said this in numerous interviews, the manager's been unbelievable for myself and many others. The way we play is really enjoyable, and Yes, I'm eager to learn more under him because there's still a lot of things I can improve on, a lot of us can improve on, and we want to gain that knowledge from the manager.
Hi Greg, how you doing? Just a little bit more on departures. Obviously, we've seen Juranovic and Giacomakis leave this month. Is it a case of if players aren't 100% buying into what the manager wants, it's quite happy to see them out the door?
Well, I don't think that's fair to say, to be fair, because Jura and Jack, well, as I touched on, were massive contributors to us. They were definitely 100% all in. They wanted to try a different challenge, and that's fair enough. That's every player's preference. But in terms of being 100% committed, every player in that changing room and in this building are that for this club.
And do you as players, I assume you are 100% backing the manager to find replacements and the guys that are coming in you think can fill the boots?
It's nothing to do with me recruitment. I let the manager and the people above me do that. I just focus on trying to get better every day and learning from the coaching staff and the manager. Everyone that's came in the building has done pretty well so far, so I'm hoping that will continue.
Hi Greg, the Scottish Cup was a bit bittersweet for you last season. You scored that brilliant goal at Hampden, but then we went out. How much would it mean for you personally to win the Scottish Cup this year?
Yeah, I would love to win the Scottish Cup. As I touched on, we want to win every competition we enter, and the Scottish Cup's no different. It's a big trophy in Scotland, and we hope to lift that at the end of the season.
We're now in a period where we've got one game a week. Do the players prefer that, or do they prefer having 2 games in a week?
I think it mixes. It's a mix. We've got such a strong squad, so there's so many people competing for places. When you've got the extra games, it definitely gives more opportunities. But equally, I think when you're in the rhythm of playing just one game a week and you're letting your body recover and your training, the levels of our training is really high, so you're getting to improve throughout the week there. So it's a real mixture. It's nice to have both, and this is just a wee spell where it's just Saturday to Saturday, as you touched on.